Yo, what's going on, everybody? Straw Hat Central here, and man, I'm loving some Guilty Gear right now. If you guys enjoy the content and want to see some more of it, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It lets me know you guys like it. But for now, let's go ahead and get into this video.
We're back. What's going on, y'all? So here we got an Anji versus Chipp matchup. I'm not really about to give the full match analysis today, just because I want a little more time with the Anji matchup before I can really say, something that consistently works or something to look out for. Because honestly, every Anji I've played has been kind of different. Not gonna lie to you. Some Anjis like to try to reset you a little more when they start using Fujin, and you can throw them out of it, like in that situation. Some of them almost always go low, but then Roman cancel it to be able to do something after. And some Anjis actually started using the move where he like jumps and throw fans at you, which I'm still waiting. I don't really know the full application of that move yet either, and so I don't really want to speak too much on that. But what I can speak on right now is I think one of the biggest things that any new Chipp player out there should really get accustomed to is one, being able to delete moves from their brain. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but there's a thing called the mental stack. And the mental stack is just your ability to keep track of multiple options at the same time. And when you're new to a fighting game, it's really hard to remember all of the buttons and what the things look like and how the things work. So the best way to do that is to, when you first start playing the game, your punches and kicks are typically for close ranges, because they're really fast, but their range on them are really short. And the trade-off for slashes and heavy slash, which are moves that have a lot further range, is that they're supposed to be slower. So the best way of thinking about this is, if your opponent's really far away from you, on the surface, there's going to be like small nuanced situations later when you get more advanced, but on the surface there's no reason for you to be full screen pressing the punch button unless you're like trying to scout out a very specific thing. But there's no reason for you to be pressing the punch button, and there's no reason for you to be pressing the kick button. So when you're full screen or almost at full screen away from your opponent, you can just delete those from your brain, and that's going to free up your brain and free up you to be able to think about other things right now. And another way too is that like people are like, hey, like I don't have the reactions to be able to anti-air my opponent. Like if this Anji jumps at me, how do I have the reaction time to 6P him out the air, or to use crouching heavy slash to get him out the air? The thing is that when you're new, it's not about reaction times. It's like, okay, he's this far away from me. The only thing he could really do to me from this range is either run at me or jump at me. If they jump at you, the moment that they leave the ground, you're ready to use 6P now. You're not going to use heavy slash. You're going to delete dust from your brain. That's not what those moves are for right now. So it's just finding those ways to shortcut all of those options that makes it hard for you to think, and I think that would make you go a long way. And this doesn't just apply to Chipp, this also applies to like every character. Like full screen, there's almost no reason for you to be pressing the punch button. There's almost no reason for you to really be pressing the kick button. But of course, like there's going to be like nuanced situations if you're trying to scout out moves. But just overall for very beginners trying to get into the fighting games, that's really something that I think will help you a lot. And it's almost like thinking like you're a computer, like if this happens, then you do this, like if my opponent jumps, I use 6P. I'm looking for 6P. If my opponent's full screen, your only options that you can use is slash and heavy slash, that's just something to kind of help people right now in the very beginning, because it could be overwhelming at first. And I know like once you start playing, it's really hard to, remember what it was like to be in that place when you're first learning. But Straw Hat Central, I am a Chipp enthusiast. I love it. It's one of my favorite characters in any fighting game, and I'm having a blast with them. So if you guys have been enjoying the content on the channel, I really appreciate it. Also, if you guys know like any people that want to learn Chipp and are struggling right now, please send them my way. I want to keep the content coming, because I remember when I was first learning Chipp back in Excerpt, I felt like there was like nothing out there for me. Like there was like nothing to help me with some of these things now. So that's why I really don't mind helping. And you guys, please let me know what you want to see or what you want to have coming up on the channel as well. I'm definitely open to ideas. Even potentially doing like match analysis of like you guys matches, you know. So I think that'd be something cool coming up in the works. But yeah, like these matches against this Anji player, it was sick. Like I didn't talk about these matches too much in the video, just because, like, you know, I had other topics on my mind. But I do think it's important for you guys to kind of, like, you know, see me implementing a lot of the things that we've been talking about on the channel, you know, like being able to use the wall clean to reset people and that corner pressure, like right now, you know. I think seeing, like, it's one thing, like, in the match analysis, but it's another thing, like, when I'm just playing and I'm just trying to go all in and I'm doing these things without thinking about them. Because, like I was just saying with the mental stack, like, after you get to a certain point, you start being able to add more and more things. So instead of me, you know, just thinking about punches and kicks, you know, from certain range, now it's like, okay, I'm in the corner, so I'm thinking about this option, this option, this option. So it's just like, you know, as you get used to, that's the move I was talking about. No one uses that. But, you know, the more you get acquainted with deleting stuff from your mind, it makes it that much easier to really focus on what you want to. You know, it's not possible to focus and stop everything. The way that the mental stack works is that when you focus on stopping one of your opponent's options, you get caught by something else. And one of the best ways of being able to handle that is just, you know, deleting that from your mind. It's like, this can't hurt me right now. And when you're brand new, it's hard to know when you're not in danger and when you're okay, you know. And but even as a beginner, like, if you stop for a second, there's things that you could just know immediately. Like, there's nothing that this dude can do to me full screen. There's no reason for me to be pressing, like, worried about what I can do with dust right now. So, you know, you're just a different type video. Please, you know, take your time and go back and, you know, watch this Anji fight, because, you know, I was trying to mix him to death. I was not trying to let him have it. This guy was really good, and I couldn't really afford to, like, not fully go in. Like right here, oh, disgusting. Oh, he grabbed me again, and then he hit me with the dust. Like, this man was nasty. Anji's cool, but you can't just go spinning like that, Playboy. I will overdrive in your face. I will do that. But yeah, Strive has been a blast. I've been having a really good time. More match analysis on the way. I have a few more tutorials on the way. There's a lot of little tricky things in Guilty Gear. So I'm gonna keep pumping those out, and hopefully it'll help you guys elevate your game. And if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Even in, you know, the stuff that you're seeing in this video right here, if you guys have any questions on, you know, any of the things that I'm trying, or decision making, like, you know, that's where the real fun is for me. It's really in the decision making. If you guys haven't noticed, like, combos are cool. You're gonna learn combos, everybody. Like, you're gonna get those, but really that process, oh, command grab his counter, that's oh, that sucks. But yes, you know, so if you guys enjoy the content, as always, like, share the videos, please, so we can get it out there to more people that want to learn Chipp, because it's easy to get discouraged, man. Like, he doesn't have much health. One mistake, you feel like he didn't really get to play the game. So I hope you guys have a good one. I'm gonna catch you next time. Peace.